Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Star Wars Stuff Podcast. My name is David.
I'm Colin.
Oh wait,
I'm Bobby.
sorry. I didn't know if we talked there or you talk only.
Who goes first? You talk first. I talk first.
Who talks first? Yeah, that's always the big question on the podcast.
Right.
No, that's like the podcast inside joke. We don't tell our guests who's like supposed to introduce who and what order. So yeah, that's kind of like the running thing.
There you go.
Awesome.
Welcome.
And it went right into the Poe Dameron intro.
That's what usually happens.
Yeah.
I'm holding for Hux.
I need to talk to his mother.
His mother.
Yeah.
So yeah, as everyone can tell, if they're watching us on video, listening to us on audio, we have two very special guests, Bobby from Rebel Scum Con and Kentucky, also from Rebel Scum Con. So great to have you guys. And of course, the topic for tonight is going to be Rebel Scum Con. It is happening on my birthday weekend in August, 8th through the 10th in North Dallas, Frisco, Texas. And we brought on these gentlemen to talk all about it. We, of course, will be there. We will have a table there set up like we did last year. I know all of our listeners that have heard me talk about it. It's a great con, great guests, great celebrity guests. People you've seen online will be there. And it sounds like there's going to be triple the amount of the people that you enjoy online are going to be there this year. So it's gotten even that much more bigger. And like I said, I had a great experience there. Lots of fun, cool experiences to have.
You said nothing but great things, and that really hyped me up. So I'm like, hell yeah, sign me up. I'm going to be there next year. So here we are.
So yes, that is true. Colin is flying all the way down from Michigan.
Yep.
And he's going to bring some special costumes that I don't think he's flown that many down before.
No.
Three this time?
Yeah, 3. And then at one point there was going to be a droid. I don't know if it's going to be done in time, but it will be done for the next one. I promise, Bobby. I promise. I
want to build a droid. I really do. I'm in all the groups now on Facebook, so it's just the envy is just there.
Yeah. It's so my droid building experience is very different to some people because I have no engineering background. I don't have any of that. I've been learning everything as I go. I've had some, great people teach me along the way. It's just such as Craig Hobbs and Hunter Smoke. Hey, Spencer. So it's just like I've learned a lot, and I'm mainly doing it because I want a cool toy for my son, but I also want to show him if you have that passion, you have that drive, you can do anything. So that's the main reason why I'm doing it. But yeah, super fun. He will be there next year, Bobby. I promise you.
So yeah, Spencer's in the chat there, Spencer Jawitz. We're going to get to some of his stuff a little bit later on, but he just dropped a really deep cut into the podcast here. He said he heard rumors of Ezra. So we have another host of the Star Wars Stuff podcast, who I don't think is going to make it, but he is planning on doing an Ezra Bridger cosplay because he looks a lot like him.
Oh, I was like, what? Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, he rarely talks about it. He doesn't want to do it, but he actually met Iman Esfandi, and he was like, "Hey,
Ezra, okay."
Yes, that happened at SpaceCon. I was there. That was so funny. Our co-host is James. James ends up walking up and sees him, and then Iman turns and is like, do you want to be my stunt double? Like you just like because of his like hair and like his beard and everything was like spot on to his at the time. And James was just on cloud 9 for the rest of the day. He was so excited. But yeah,
how could you not be?
Right? Yeah, no, he would make a great Ezra. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, Rebel Scum Con. Like I've said in the past, it was a terrific convention. We had a table there. We gave away a lot of stuff. We talked to a lot of people there. The guest list for this year, I mentioned it. It's that much more bigger. We have some pictures of some of the guests that are going to be there. It's a fantastic lineup. I mean, you guys have just knocked it out of the park. I'm going to bring up a couple pictures here. Ross Speedman, he's actually been on our podcast. We talked to him a little bit, and he's going to be there in person at Rebel Scum Con.
I'm hoping to meet him as Anakin. So I'm
yes. Now, is it a Revenge of the Sith Anakin? Or are we talking like black leather,
Yeah.
like
Yes.
Scarface?
Yes.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh man, are you gonna have him find your saber?
I just want to get on a ladder behind to get like
I
an
mean,
over the
that
shoulder
would,
photo.
I feel like, be, if you're gonna meet him as Anakin, I feel like that would be the piece to get signed, would be the lightsaber hilt.
So ironically, I have 5 Anakin hilts, so I might bring an extra one that he could sign. But yeah.
The old
Yeah.
youngling slayer.
Richard Oldfield, his video, I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but his video was really awesome.
Yeah, his intro video just came out this week. It was a fun one.
Yeah. I saw it. Yeah, that's really cool. And he said he had an infamous line.
Yeah.
Colin, do you remember it?
It's from Empire Strikes Back. It's the one when he's talking to Princess Leia, right?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I don't know on the top of my head, but I know what you're talking about.
I always
Yeah.
quiz Colin on lines because he's way younger than me. He remembers.
Yeah.
Um,
tired.
also, looking at Shannon McRandall, Mara Jade.
Yep.
That's something
Mara Jade.
you don't really come across too much at conventions.
No.
Do you guys remember when Galaxy's Edge first opened and one person like on their cricket machine made like made like some Arabesk graffiti and put it on the bathroom stall and it said Mara Jade lives? Every time I like hear Mara Jade, I think of that because
Mara Jade lives.
that was a huge thing. And then
because it duped a bunch of us. We thought maybe Disney themselves were being cheeky and throwing up an Easter egg for us, like, and or maybe one of the Imagineers went rogue or something and was like, haha, I'm gonna sneak Mara Jade back into canon or something. But
I think Pablo or Matt Martin like posted on Twitter and they were just like, guys, it's not real, it's not happening. But then a couple of months ago, they did release her lightsaber over at Savvy's workshop.
Right.
So if that's
not
a good sign, I don't know what is. Just saying.
And not only just her saber, but they did it as an LE with a box set and a comic book.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't just like sneak the saber out. Like they did a release.
Yeah. It was a whole thing.
Then
it
in
was cool.
Mark Hamill's mind, he had a wife that he lost for his inspiration to get into episode 8. If y'all saw that interview, so I mean, he said that was just his own personal, fan or not fan canon, but head canon. But canon, still, in his mind, he lost a wife at some point. So maybe.
I mean, just write her in already.
Yeah.
I mean, Timothy Zahn characters are becoming real life characters now.
Yeah,
let's keep it going.
There's a chance that the Mandalorian and Grogu movie is the first of of a trilogy, so they could continue moving forward. Have Mara Jade show up.
Yeah,
just saying.
I'm cool with it.
Come on,
sign me up.
I mean, I kind of hope we get maybe a Sebastian playing Luke Skywalker.
I was about to say that one. Yeah.
Everyone wants him. I think even Mark Hamill, or maybe it's an AI article that says Mark Hamill says he should play Luke or something, but I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I think Mark Hamill did state that he would give his blessing for Sebastian Stan to play Luke Skywalker. But I mean, time's ticking, guys.
That was a couple of years back. Yeah.
Sebastian's not getting any younger.
Yeah.
Yep. That's true.
Yeah. But he was awesome in Thunderbolts or New Avengers. If you haven't seen it, he was pretty awesome in that. I really like that one.
Yeah, can't wait to see what he does in Doomsday and Secret Wars as well. Also, the other people on here, Roger Christian, the inventor of the lightsaber.
Yep.
No,
never seen him at a con before.
Yeah, I think he's done. I think he started doing some recently.
Yeah, this is not his first.
I think the last couple of years he's been doing them more often. But he's definitely it's going to be his first time with us. I don't think he's done a show in Texas before that I know of. So
that's cool.
So it'll be cool to get him in the South. Yeah.
No. It's going to be a really awesome time having him out. I mean, but there's a lot of really cool foundational Star Wars guests like him, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, because of course there's also Warren Peterson, Howie Weed. Just some of those behind the scenes guys who made some of the.
I'm so excited for Lauren Peterson.
So excited!
So excited! Yeah. Hunter Smoke. He said that he's gonna try and go, but like that was someone that he was also excited for too, and I was just like, hell yeah, man, because man, he like doesn't really do that many signings or shows either. So that was exciting, like to see. Yeah,
it's been a number of years since he's done one, and the person who got him signed as his agent said he's really only going to do one show a year if he does any at all.
Wow.
And your show is going to be the show this year, and there's going to be a show in Germany next year. So it's like not even in the States next year. So
I didn't even know he wasn't going to be in the States next year.
No, that's all he wants to do is just do one. But at the same time,
I don't blame him.
As soon as he kind of agreed to it, like the excitement level was maximum. Like he told his agent, he's like, I want to do like at least a panel per day, at least one panel. He's like, I can do like 10 panels. And
yes,
his agent's like, that sounds good.
Please do.
But we want you on your table a little bit too.
Super glue I get him to sign.
Yeah. I mean, well, awesome. in addition to Lauren, pretty much right after we signed him, there was a gentleman who built a studio scale sandcrawler that he's been it's been on YouTube, it's been to a bunch of conventions and stuff. He was on the Savage Adam Savage's his YouTube channel. I can't remember who was the host for that episode on the YouTube, but there is a whole like 1 hour thing on the sandcrawler there. He approached us and he was like, hey, I have a studio scale sandcrawler. And I was like, that sounds cool. He's like, can I bring it to Rebel Scum Con? He's like, you have Lauren Peterson there. He's like, I'd love to have it over there by him. He's like, he helped me build it by, like I would shoot him emails with questions about things and he would just, cool. Give me tips and whatnot on how to finish it. And I was like, yeah, of course. And he's like, so it's cool for me to bring it? And I'm like, absolutely. And he's like, can I get into the show? And I'm like, absolutely. I was like, yeah, you could bring your sandcrawler and I could give you a pass to the show. That sounds like an amazing trade.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Like
he doesn't also have a snow speeder, does he?
I don't know.
I don't know if he does. He didn't tell me.
Yeah. But like a scale model or a life size one, David?
Life size.
He's got a life size, the same guy?
Well, I was thinking about a guy I met at an expo in Dallas where he brought a snow speeder and he talked to me for a long time about the stuff he was building. He was building it from scratch. I don't think he spoke with Lauren Peterson or anything, but he built some stuff and he brought it and he's like, this isn't even all my stuff. It's just all the stuff we could just possibly just bring here. I don't know where he was just like based out of.
Was it the Fan Expo? Like, was it like the guy with like a land speeder and a snow speeder?
Yeah. I think that's the guy.
Yeah, we know what that is.
Okay.
I've spoken to the guy. It's it's a different guy than the guy who did the sandcrawler. And we spoke to him. He wasn't like, I think he had other plans and there was something else going on, but he wasn't 100% sure but he said he could try to bring it. So I think
he had like a family thing going on that weekend.
Yeah.
Or something.
And he's based in Florida. So he wasn't sure if it would be something that he would be able to do.
That too.
Yeah.
That too.
I mean, obviously, I want vehicles. I want everything there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's me, Bobby, and our third partner, Josh, are like the main partners in the show, and like we're literally just Star Wars nerds, and all we want to do is have the biggest, nerdiest Star Wars weekend we can. So it's like vehicles, yeah, of course, yeah. Models, okay.
While I was uploading those files that I shot earlier today. For one of our sponsors, Umaya, for sushi. If you like sushi, go to Umaya. They're like best value and a really nice restaurant experience.
I mean, all you can eat sushi across the street from the convention center. It's like you can't go wrong.
For like $22 or $35, you can easily eat like $50 to $100 worth of sushi.
Easily, yeah.
Like this guy does it every single time we go. You probably eat at least $50 to $60 worth of sushi every time.
I like
value.
sashimi. I like tempura.
Easily.
It just works out. Yeah.
Easily.
But what were you saying when you're?
Oh, right. Yeah. Talking about Star Wars fan stuff. So while I was uploading those files, I was playing a round of Starfighter Assault on Battlefront 2 on Fondor, and I got second place in the top 5 between the two. And then I got first place in my squad. I was in a tie LN the majority of that round.
Nice.
And I finished it as Vader. It was awesome. We wiped those rebels out.
It's my favorite game mode, man. Hit me up if you ever want to play. Yes.
Dude, let's do it.
What are you guys playing on Xbox?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't say I play on Xbox and then PlayStation.
But yeah, Xbox. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's
cool.
do it.
All right.
Nice. Yeah, count me in too.
I need to get playing it more. I haven't played it in so long.
Oh, dude, I love Battlefront 2.
I don't know how long it's going to be for my updates for my Xbox. I haven't turned it on since I moved here in January because I've only been on the computer working on the show. And it's like if I do get to stop working on the show, it's like I just play a computer game, a PC game. So it's like the Xbox is literally. I'm looking at it here, and it's just looking at me. It's a sneering.
That's why I'm liking Battlefront 2 being back again, like with the player base, because I can jump into a quick game, get a quick like gaming fix in, feel accomplished, and then
go back,
and then go back to whatever else I was doing. Because like lately, I don't have the energy for anything else.
Yeah. Speaking of games, let's talk about some of the oh wait, not that one. Hang on one second.
A lot of gaming guests.
Where is it? Here it is. Yes.
Well,
yeah.
There's a couple there.
Yes.
Two of those in particular are really fantastic.
Sam Witwer and David Collins, Horse and Leash duo, and the fact that this is like David Collins' actual like first con, like besides Celebration, of where like he's actually like signing and doing stuff is absolutely insane.
Isn't that so cool?
Makes me so excited. Yeah,
I kept it's cool that Celebration is now doing like they're mixing in more like ILM people, like this year they had John Knoll and they had Doug Chang. I'm kind of surprised that David hasn't been a guest of theirs yet. And I'm like, oh, wait, you've never sat down at a table before and signed? Like, okay, let's do it.
And Matt Wood is also on that list too. I was gonna say it's like awesome to have that you guys like have the actors and stuff. But it's really, really great too that you have, some people from who have worked on Industrial Light and Magic and Skywalker Sound and all that stuff. Cause it's just like, that is what it like is part of the heart of Star Wars that makes it beat and of all the behind the scenes stuff. And there's a lot of fans like myself and probably all you that really enjoy that look behind the curtain. And I just, it's going to be awesome to like, go to those panels and like hear them in person live. It's gonna be absolutely insane.
And there's some really killer panels lined up and a lot of really cool moderators too. There are a lot more moderators than we had last year, which is so fantastic to say. It's really exciting to see just the buzz and energy between us, people like you guys, and all the influencers out there and the other podcasts out there. And then also to see it between the guests and the people who are going to be interviewing the guests as well. And like kind of just the crossing excitement they're out. It's just, it's all smiles and everybody's just looking forward to sharing that story, and the rest of us are just looking forward to hearing it. And it's like, oh, well, I heard this other story from so and so, and it's
we were chatting before the show started, and like I mentioned, like I had like a list that I had like written in my hand of like, it doesn't matter what's going on. I don't care if someone's leaving like the show and needs to have like a car call or whatever it is. It's like when this time hits, I'm going to be in that panel room. I can't miss that panel. And when this time hits, I will be in there. I can't miss that. And this year, I'm going to spend a lot of time in the panel room.
We did last year too.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that though, because of like again, hearing all of these people that have been involved and like hearing their stories, hearing their insights on things, and for the prop builders that will be coming to the show, and like hearing Lauren Peterson talk about his experience, like that's inspiring.
Yeah.
Hearing all of these guest speakers coming in and just talking about their experiences, you know, it's exciting, but it's also very, very inspiring to people who want to get into that field. So that is a huge bonus. So it's gonna be so cool.
Yeah, I'm looking at the spreadsheet in front of me. We don't have the official graphics yet, but I mean, there's going to be a lightsaber chat with Roger Christian. There's going to be a light and magic podcast with Lauren Peterson, Howie Weed, Roger Christian, Fawn Davis, who's going to be in town for Bunta, is going to come and join that panel. And awesome. C. Andrew Nelson is going to be on it as well. We're going to have one with Shannon McRandall. She's going to get to talk about Mara Jade. There's going to be one with Andy Seacombe, with Watto. We're going to have one with all the Mandalorians in there. We're going to have one with all our Andor guests. A Bad Batch reunion panel, a Skeleton Crew pirate panel. There's going to be Rebels from the original trilogy. We're going to have at least one more panel of just Lauren Peterson, just talking about the model making stuff.
Yes,
a Revenge of the Sith panel with as many of the people we have that were in ROTS on site. A Skywalker sound panel, a Force Unleashed panel. Clone Wars villains panel with Matt Wood and Sam Witwer.
Man.
There's I mean, the amount of stuff that we have planned in there for the panel section. You could only go to panels and do nothing else, and you'd have a great time. You had an amazing time for the weekend.
That's probably half of our panel, maybe 40%.
Yeah,
40%
it's about half.
Somewhere around.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's the mark of a great convention right there.
Last year, I think we had 50.
Yeah, we had a lot last year. We also had 4 days. So we had Thursday that we were able to run, panels the entire time that didn't even have any Star Wars talent in them. It was just a lot of maker panels and such.
But there was a lot of interesting things to talk about. And that's kind of the other fun thing about the panels is it's not all going to be just celebrities or people who physically worked on Star Wars.
Yep.
Some of the panels will be fun workshop panels from you guys. Some of them will be hosted by various community members and other just really cool Star Wars fans who have something interesting to share or something to cover. For example, we'll have a ladies cosplay panel. Last year we had one called From Ballrooms to Battlefields with Danielle Priest. This year, Crafting on Ilum is going to be joining her for an all new ladies cosplay panel, and they're going to cover some even more stuff than got covered last year, which is going to be really cool and exciting. But then there's also going to be things like C. Andrew Nelson, who's Darth Vader to us in Star Wars, as well as someone who worked on the effects department for Lucasfilm as well. He was one of the visual effects artists for the prequels, and he got his foot in the door working for Lucas Arts for video games. For those of you who don't know. Well, now he spends a lot of his time with his partner on a company called Adventurous Ideas, where they make audio dramas. And he's going to be doing a panel talking about that this year at Rebel Scum Con, in addition to all the other cool panels and things we have going on.
Yeah, and I mean, and there's other panels that are going to be going on with. We're trying to fit in before like the Bunta Eve guests fly away. Some panels with them so they can come and talk, and Diana Lee and
was supposed to be a surprise.
Was it? No.
Breaking news.
All right, well. Yeah, well, I mean, Well, they, the panelists have already been submitted to be made into a graphic, so it's not. I mean,
Yeah, Spencer was gonna find out anyway.
It's okay. hey, I just heard Diana Lean's going to be in a panel, possibly. Sorry, Spencer.
We got to put Jabba and Jabba together.
That would be totally cool. I don't know if that's a thing, but I
and then we can.
Don't know.
And then the most amazing thing, Diego Luna hears about it, and finally it just shows up because he wants to meet Jabba.
Just wants to touch Jabba.
Just wants to meet his Jabba.
Just wants to touch Jabba.
He just shows up. That is not us saying Diego Luna is coming to Rebel Scum Con.
But the doors.
That's just
his name is on the guest list. His name is on the guest list. If he shows up, there's a badge for him. Yep.
Yeah, he's welcome.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, and speaking of Boonta Eve,
there it is.
Let's talk about that. Yeah.
Kill.
Oh.
Yeah.
Boonta. Yes.
That was the longest pause ever, Bobby. That was like 3 Mississippis. That was too long of a pause.
You gotta hold that pause.
Yeah.
And then no sleep till.
So for someone that has never gone to it, I'm talking about myself.
Yes.
What happens at this event?
That's a great question. This will be my first as well, actually. But from what I've been told,
this is technically my first Boonta. I've been to VCN parties, but the one that was just a Star Wars Celebration wasn't technically a Boonta. It was a not so virtual cantina party. But the different where Boonta comes in, its difference is it's often a karaoke party. But
it's a live band.
But we were in Texas, we're able to do a little bit of a spin on it. It's going to be a live band karaoke party. And so it's going to be live band karaoke party with 13 Star Wars guests. Yeah.
One of which is Jabba the Hutt.
Yes. So Taylor Gray, Ezra from Rebels, Jabba the Hutt will be there. Yes.
And these actors will actually be there, right? Because keep saying, okay. Because for some of the posts I see, it says virtual, so I kind of get confused.
So the organization, the group is called the Virtual Cantina Network, and that's who's hosting the Boonta Eve after party. I understand the confusion, but it's just hosted by the quote Virtual Cantina Network or VC.
Yes.
Yeah. Got you. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So no, they will all be there in person, and it's listed as a meet and greet, but it's you get in line and you can meet the Star Wars celebrity of your choice or all, and they have the ability to sign autographs there. They're going to have their 8x10 photos. You can bring your own stuff in. Okay. And there's also selfie options, so you can get your picture with them too. And and on top of that, and it's also a karaoke party. And there
you go.
I cannot guarantee, but I know for a fact at least 4 Rebel Scum Con guests confirmed to me that they'll be there hanging. Like they're not going to be involved in any signing or selfie taking. Like that's for the Boonta Eve guests, but they're going to be there hanging out. Partaking in the karaoke affairs, and we may get some cool special things out of that experience. Cool. We've been talking with David Collins, and he's been talking to Matt Wood, and we're trying to get specific things to see if they're humanly possible to be done on stage at the show, and that would be really rad. Fun. And so that's
and then can you say who all of the actual guests are going to be? Because I think I saw a list, but then I heard like it keeps changing. So.
There is a list. It's changed a little bit here and there. I have it in Dropbox right here.
I'm pulling it up right now.
Yeah, I have the list here. Everyone that's on the website currently: Diana Lee Inosanto, Taylor Gray, who we mentioned, Anna
Morton.
Graves, Christopher Sean, Omid Abtahi, who I met in 2022. He's pretty cool. John Morton, Marty Matulis, Pam Riddle, Warren Prolu Jr.,
Warren Pro,
Warren Pro. David Ankrum, Nelson Lee,
Yep.
and JJ Dashnaw.
And did you say Fawn Davis?
Yes.
Yeah, I heard Fawn in there.
Very cool.
So you got Pam Rill, who was a Rhodian in Book of Boba Fett, and I believe in Mando as well. Fawn Davis is an ILM guy from the prequels on. I think he was featured in season 2 of Light and Magic. Worm Pro was he was the stand-in for Obi-Wan in the Obi-Wan series. He was also a night trooper and a couple other and a stormtrooper. David Ankrum is very well known as the voice of Wedge Antilles and in A New Hope, as well as Rogue One. Marnie Matulis is Pirate Vane from season 3 of Mando and Skeleton Crew. Awesome. Anna Graves is the Duchess Satine, Bo-Katan's sister and a former leader of Mandalore. Omid is Dr. Pershing from The Mandalorian. I'm hoping he comes back in the movie, that he kind of plays more of a role in the Project Necromancer that we're leading up to with the with the Moff Gideon clones and stuff.
Yep.
Christopher Sean is Kaz, the voice of Kaz from Resistance. Nelson Lee is technically his live action father. That's Senator. What's that last name?
Senator Ziono.
From Ahsoka. He was live action in Ahsoka.
He's the Canon Borsk Phalia.
Yep. Oh. JJ stunt coordinator on The Mandalorian. He also played the deputy of Cobb Vanth, who was gunned down by Cad Bane, and he also was a stuntman for Book of Boba Fett. Who he wore the Boba Fett outfit. John Morton was Boba Fett in Empire Strikes Back, as well as Dak. You can take the whole Empire on. Diana Lee, who's Morgan Elsbeth, and then Taylor Gray, Jabba the Hutt.
There you go.
Yeah.
That is a great lineup.
The Emperor's nephew.
So for VIP, those tickets are sold out, correct?
So yeah, those sold out within 24 hours. But it's the main difference between the VIP was priority seating, and it was priority seating in front of the stage, so that it would be easier for you to get up and down for karaoke and whatnot, and to guarantee you have a home base for your stuff. So if you're,
nice.
For stuff you're getting signed and whatnot. But the place it's kind of, if you've ever been to a comedy show, it's similar to that, whereas there is a lot of like 4 top tables on the floor. It's not just like an open like mosh pit type floor. So there is going to be a lot of seating available outside of VIP. So it's still going to be a possibility to get a seat. So you're going to want to get there a little early and kind of nab your ability to sit. And there's also places to like high top tables that like it's a long bar type thing, as well as there's a bar on the front, there's a bar on the patio in the back, which is a closed in with fans, so it's not a super hot Texas patio. Cool. But so there's a lot of placement there for for seating and really good food too. So if you're going to get something to eat after Rebel Scum Con, you could do it there at the after party, and you don't have to go without eating for the day. Yeah.
Okay.
But if you're not feeling the food at the Revel for whatever reason, there's also Uncle Julio's, which there will be benefits for all Rebel Scum Con attendees and discounts to have a meal there whenever throughout the weekend.
And VIPs get something special. Yep.
And that's if you're feeling some really amazing Tex-Mex. If you're feeling some of the best sushi around, go to Umaya. If you're feeling a burger, go to Rodeo Goat. And if you're looking to have some fun, just bar grill type food and then some fun games and stuff too, there's also Dave and Buster's as well. All of that, which is within practically, in my opinion, walking distance of the venue, although it's going to be a little warm in August, so Uber may be your friend as well.
There you go. That's really, really cool. Yeah, I was gonna say I heard some great things about it last year, so I'm excited about it this year. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Bobby, it's so funny to hear you talk on the podcast here, because I hear you talk every single day on my Facebook feed.
You know, I thought you were going to say it's because the voice sounds funny.
I knew exactly where you were going because that's my feed too. It's
you know, it's
I'm like,
my feed.
I hear hello Star Wars fans in my sleep. I can't.
Yeah. Yeah. That and well, that's why I try to break it up with some fun droid content here and there in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you posted a couple of dance videos that were like really cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Had fun with those. There's another one coming up soon.
When are you gonna build your droid, Bobby?
I don't know. I don't know. I've never really thought of it like super hard because most droids, when you think about droid building, is astromechs, and
Yeah.
I love astromechs. Astromechs are amazing, but my favorite model's a B1.
Okay.
And aside from just like 3D printed B1s,
yeah,
I don't know if anyone's quite figured out how to do like make a functional one. I mean, I'm sure it's not too difficult. I mean, it'd be like just about any other animatronic robot, but
so I recommend going to DroidCon next year. It was my first time going to it this year, and it was absolutely like amazing because it was great hearing, you know, from the different people that they had there of the different guests and stuff. But I learned a lot. I definitely learned a lot. Hunter hosted a weathering panel, and that was super cool. Learned a lot more about the electronics and how they work and stuff like that. And again, I'm someone that has no background in this field, and I learned a lot. I felt like I walked away learning a lot. So if that's something you're interested in, you should definitely go to DroidCon next year.
It's definitely something I'm interested in, and it's definitely something. It's definitely an event I want to go to.
Yeah,
I wish I knew about it.
It just passed too.
I had I wish I knew about it ahead of time, and I'm ashamed to say I didn't.
But same. I kind of
like when I found out about it and I saw the pictures of like all the fans and the droids too. I was like, where was this? I would have totally gone. And I'm definitely gonna try and make plans for the next one for sure.
They had more than
awesome.
Because of they had more than just your your classic astromechs. They had different, like a bunch of different types of droids. Someone, almost
like the cover of Dark Droids.
Like seriously, it was so cool. Yeah. Someone made a Grouch from Sesame Street into like an R2 unit, which was so cool to see. Like there were so many like different variations of droids. There were a bunch of pit droids. There was someone that made a B2 emo. Like it was so cool. So many different types of droids. It's not just your R2 units. You should definitely go, man. Yeah.
Nice.
I definitely want to go because I want to figure out how to do. I want to figure out how to do maybe a B1. Definitely a B1. Yeah. I mean, it's my favorite thing. It's not just about droids. I mean, it's my favorite thing about Star Wars.
Yeah. Someone else also had a they had a Wally, and like it's so good. It's so cool. Seriously, DroidCon. I am actually working on a highlights video of it. I've been busy because I have a newborn and then we're actually getting ready to move. But thank you. But yeah, I had so much fun and I learned a lot, and it made me I left feeling kind of stupid in a way, just because of there was things like, oh yeah, like I thought I knew but I didn't know this, but it made me feel more inspired than ever to go and do something. So go to DroidCon. It's so much fun, and there's so many incredible people there.
I've got an H2D on my list, a Bamboo Lab H2D, and I'm in the Droid Division printing group in Facebook, and I've just been watching them crank out B2s and like life-size K2 and like KX droids, and I just can't wait to start printing. Because they do all the full files for full droids there, and I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to start. And when we were just in Houston, we met a guy in the 501st area that had he has files now for CNC printed, like CNC cut, like steel or no aluminum rather, panels for like R series as well as like a complete mouse and a bunch of other like parts for droids, but they're all CNC'd aluminum. So instead of like actually bending and cutting and whatnot, or on a lathe, like it's literally getting CNC cut pieces.
Yeah, did you guys have the opportunity on Star Wars Day to get the mouse droids that they were selling on the
I missed on
Disney
the
store?
mouse. Yeah, I missed on the mouse. They sold out on the store, and I had asked my shopper that my Galaxy Edge shopper to pick it up, and I think she wasn't able to get it. Or no, I think she told me it was going to be like $150 shipping because the box is like this big, and I was like, oh, I'll just get it on Disney store, and I think it either never hit the Disney store, like Shop Disney, or vice versa. Whatever happened, I wasn't able to get my hands on it. Yeah,
there were 4 people in our friend group that were able to get one. I got one as well, and I'm just waiting for the day where like when the 4 of us are hanging out and we can just all have them kind of lined up and recreate the scene from the season 3 of The Mandalorian of where the mouse droids come up to R5 and then they have like the alarms going off. Because it has the lights on.
Oh yeah, when they surround them.
Actually, yeah. So yeah, no, and it's almost life size too. It's super, super cool. So hopefully they end up going on sale again.
I think was it the Mando Grogu trailer?
Are you searching for it?
No, I was trying to. There it is.
Oh, nice. Oh, wow.
Oh, with the destroyer. Yeah, they got the destroyer files on that group too. I need to build.
Yeah.
Someone had a life-size destroyer droid there too.
I think was it in the trailer for Grogu, the celebration trailer that he
just
implodes a mouse droid with his little finger?
Yep. And then we see Jabba's son shortly after that. Yeah.
Sure, that's right. Yeah.
Rhoda.
Jack. Rhoda.
He's like, yes. And then
34 chicken, 12 fries, 12 mashes right now.
Looking like a scene at a dune.
So the other cool thing.
I think you're on mute, Colin.
Oh, we lost you again there, Colin.
So yeah, what Colin was trying to say is, yes, you're going to have a live podcast. The Sackhoff Show, Katie Sackhoff's going to be there with guest Emily Swallow on Sunday. If I'm correct. Mm-hmm. It's changed from Friday to Sunday.
Correct.
Yep. So, I just saw Emily shared it on her Facebook today. So yeah, she reshared Katie's story of that.
Nice. Yeah, as you can tell behind me, I'm a big Bo-Katan fan. I have a poster of Bo and of, as you can tell, Ahsoka with Ivana Sakno, and of course the late Ray Stevenson. And Joe Caroni, the artist, is going to be at Rebel Scum Con, the guy that created the posters behind me.
Both of those posters, yeah. And he should have that at both of those posters there. Those are pretty big posters of his. But I mean, that one poster, you could literally get it signed by almost everyone except Brendan Wayne at the show, because I mean, there's Simon's on that poster, Kate is on that poster, Emily's on that poster, and obviously so is Katie.
Yep.
And Mercedes is on there too, but she won't be at Rebel Scum Con either this year.
But if you're in town, I think
this weekend
she might be still in the Dallas area for AEW.
No, it's this weekend.
Oh, is that this weekend?
That's this weekend. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was after RSC.
No, it was before.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. I know it. Well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. AEW is this weekend.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought it wasn't in Dallas until later. My bad.
Yeah, that's all good.
I haven't followed it in a minute.
I haven't either. It's been showing up in my feed now like crazy, just because of things happening in Dallas. Yep.
And I also really do want to highlight this guest here. We were talking about him earlier, Kyle Solar.
Yes.
Cyril
Karn.
I can't wait. I am so excited for Cyril. Oh my gosh.
I'd like to say he was probably the cast member in Andor that had the most like trajectory in his like character development from like beginning to end.
That was the most heartbreaking thing, dude.
Really well.
Yeah. I mean, like, you get to that. I mean, and for everyone that's listening, spoiler alert if you haven't watched the show.
Sorry for you.
That final part of where Cassian is just like, who are you? And you just see the look on his face, like, what do you mean my whole backstory is because of you? And then he just gets shot. Right. And it's just like, oh my God, what an ending for a character. That's like absolutely like insane and sad at the same time.
It was the most poetic way for his ending to be, because he lived his whole existence in our eyes in the 2 seasons of Andor was in like direct pursuit. And the only thing that mattered was apprehending this criminal.
Yeah.
And he was trying, and he wanted to be this like thorn in his side, and everything was like, I'm right there. We're right there. We're going to get him. And then it was, I made no impact in this guy's life that he didn't even know I existed.
But that also comes after the cathartic beat down he gives Cassian for ruining his life. Like in his mind, he's probably feeling like about to feel really good. Like he's about to win. Kill Cassian off, but then Cassian's immediate words are, "Who are you?" And it just completely disarms all of that. Just shatters his reality again.
The acting in that, the acting in that scene was just absolutely incredible, because there's a saying which is, the saying goes, less is more. So him just not saying any words, of just seeing his reaction, of just being brought back to being like, we know what he was thinking in that moment. Right. And then done.
Boom.
Just second, boom, shot, done. And it's just like,
takes him out.
Yep. It's just like, boom, that's it. He's done. His character is done. That was his entire arc. And everything led to that moment. And he got caught up in his own like mindset. And, if he probably didn't get distracted by that, he probably would have lived. But,
Cassian also got to witness that realization from his own point of view, though, because here he is. He just took this beating from a guy who, in this moment, probably had a good reason, but he has no idea why, because his mind is racing to, why did I just take this beating from this guy? What did I do to this person, or what? And
he was so insignificant that he couldn't even remember him from Ferrex.
Right.
No, he barely saw his face in season 1. Yeah.
Why did he care so much? Because I mean, like I said, Cyril was the perfect I think mirror to Cassian's character, which is why they were so close to each other throughout the entire series, and why their stories flipped back and forth so much, because Cyril was everything Cassian wasn't. He was obsessive. He wanted to be a part of something bigger so desperately. He longed for acceptance, where Cassian didn't want any of those things. He just wanted his own selfish things, his own selfish desires. He was looking for his sister at first.
Yes, Bobby.
And only got pulled into other directions out of reluctance. Whereas Cyril was just denied, and just wanted desperately to be a part, and obsessed with, tracking Cassian down to get that acceptance, or breaking and helping find the rebels at large to get that acceptance
of being part of the Empire,
and following the rules, doing the right thing, and getting a part of the right, social groups or whatever, or succeeding in life by following the rules, where Cassian just couldn't be bothered and still succeeded regardless.
Yeah. Getting to that, getting to the part of where, it's pretty much everything that he ever wanted, but then he learns about like the massacre that's about to happen, and then he just he's just like, what, I don't want it anymore. And that was a real interesting kind of character growth moment for him, because it was like, but this is what you were Yeah,
but he didn't know
but
that.
he thought he was being
He thought
accepted,
he was,
and that he graduated into this role of what he really wanted to be. Like, I want to be in the in crowd, and I want to be part of this and help. And they're like, no, dude, you were literally just a tool.
and he was still believing the lie.
Yeah,
he still believed that the Empire
until he choked
was a
up
force
Denise.
of good and order.
Right.
He thought he was rooting out rebels, and that's all he thought he was doing.
Yeah.
He didn't think they were about to actually turn blasters on citizens as well.
Yeah.
He thought he was just rooting out dissenters and rule breakers. You know, he thought he was the kid in the classroom going, "Hey, didn't you remember there was homework due today?" That's Cyril's character, unfortunately. But it was that realization that shattered reality of when they started killing citizens, innocent people. That's when he snapped on Dedra.
Yeah.
And almost killed her until he realized she was used, and just like he was, a little bit more complicit, but to a point used and a prisoner in her own regard.
Yeah,
and then,
I mean,
later, literally
789, the Gorman arc, the Gorman massacre arc. I mean, it's hard to say which like 1 year, which arc was the best of season 2, because then you have the 10, 11, 12 arc, of Clea and Luthen, and like the basically like the crumbs that lead directly into Rogue One. I don't know what was the greatest like 3-episode arc of season 2, but I mean, it's some of the best television I've ever seen in my life.
So to me, I think it is 7 through 9, just because of, you have the first 6 episodes of this season, and people are just like, oh, it was too slow and all that stuff, and I'm going to compare this to the new Jurassic World, and don't worry, it will make sense. It had to be started, listen.
Don't even get me started on Jurassic World.
We had to have some slow moments and more time with certain characters in order to have that impact when someone got eaten or someone got killed, during the Gorman massacre. And so to me, everything leading up to it was a big buildup, like every single week, 1 through 3, 4 through 6, we knew exactly when the Gorman massacre was going to happen. But if that massacre happened right off the bat and we didn't have that buildup, I don't think it would have been as impactful as it was.
No, I don't think so either.
I also like that the buildup with the characters that we got to know in the Gorman massacre, we cared about, whereas the characters we got to know weren't the characters that were killed off in the other example.
Yes.
With way too much exposition.
Yeah. And and so Bobby, it sounds like you weren't a big fan of the new Jurassic World.
I wanted to like it.
Listen, the reason why that there was not enough dinosaurs in that movie was because it was very reminiscent of the first Jurassic Park. Do you remember how much screen time that we got with humans? Huh?
I thought it was because they had to pay Scarlett Johansson.
No.
I understand.
It was more impactful when they got eaten. I'm just saying, because we actually spent time with them. Who?
The people who were talking the whole time in the 10, 15 minutes of exposition where they
I'm talking about the side characters. I was talking about the how about the main villain, dude? Sorry, spoilers again. I'm getting
about the Star Wars alumnus.
The main villain was a Snickers wrapper.
Bobby, you and I will talk about this after. Yes.
The main villain was the person in the writer's room who said, let's go back to an island again.
All right, but it was the same director as Rogue One, yes. But
kind of.
One thing we have to remember is
Gareth directed that?
Rogue.
Yeah. Yes.
But everyone looks at Garrett as a hero.
I don't believe you. There were no dinosaurs
the
in the
movie
subway.
that Garrett made
that.
is not the Rogue One that we got. Tony Gilroy came in and really saved the day for Rogue One and made it that amazing Star Wars story.
You weren't a fan of the D-Rex, Bobby?
Oh no, the D-Rex was cool in the 5
I didn't like it
in the movie.
It's like a Rancor. It's like a Rancor mixed with a beluga whale and the alien from Alien.
I thought that was very cool. I wanted to see more of it.
A quick question:
no.
How could the mouth of the Rancor Rex be big enough to eat an entire helicopter, and then barely big enough to try to eat the villain later on?
It ate the.
You can't put logic in. Yeah,
that guy had it coming.
The scale, I think the scaling. There was an issue with the scaling of the D-Rex there, because he was barely big enough to bite the lid, like the roof off the Jeep. And like his mouth was like the size of the villain that he kind of chomped up on, but like 3 minutes prior to that, like he had his mouth around the top and bottom of that helicopter. Like it's almost like son of D-Rex was the one that came and ate the villain, because he was like he was the Funko Pop version of the one that ate the helicopter.
I hope we get a more articulated version of the D-Rex, a little bit more screen accurate. Not so much because I like it for the JP, more because I want to put my Boba Fett on the back of one.
You are not going to like the potential direction that the next movie is probably gonna go.
Is it gonna be on another island?
So, and
is Scarlett Johansson gonna laugh the whole way through this movie too?
So
we have 7 continents. We have more than islands near the equator, and I feel like they purposefully just now wrote themselves. They're like, we're never leaving islands, because in this one they said they can't live outside the islands and the equator. In case spoiler alert, dinosaurs can't live outside the islands and the equator anymore, so we're doomed. We're trapped.
Bobby,
Jurassic Park
you
Island.
Can't take this movie seriously anymore. They're on the level as Fast and Furious, man. Like,
I love that. I love that.
You just can't.
My beef with Jurassic Park, the new Jurassic Park movie, Jurassic World movie, is not the unbelievableness of it. It's not the silliness of it. That's fine.
It's the Snickers wrapper, isn't it?
Well, it would have been if it had gotten out because of the Snickers wrapper, but it just ate that one dude because of the Snickers wrapper. So honestly, I didn't feel that bad about it. But
he eventually got
my beef was there was way too much exposition that like some of the conversations just seemed to have nothing to do what was going on. Yes, we needed to get to know some of the characters, but when they stop a conversation and I'm like, oh, okay, this scene's about to transition, and Scarlett and what's his name are sitting there like, and then they start another conversation. I'm like, what is happening? What is going on here? This is a movie that's supposed to be about dinosaurs. Why are we talking about, remember that one time down in Cancun, or that one jungle place or whatever?
It was character
I remember that. And then I don't know. I feel like I'm being too ranty about this, but
I think you're definitely being too ranty about it.
My beef is not enough dinosaurs. Not enough dinosaurs. The family made a lot of bonehead decisions. Too many bonehead decisions.
And every one of them survived. I think it was
somehow
a bad example.
Their intelligence stats were like a 5 collectively throughout the family. Their luck stats were at a 10.
I don't know how the Spinosauruses let all the entire family swim to shore.
And
we've gone off real track, guys.
At the end of the movie, they're like, you know what, you're on a smaller boat, but it's cool.
Oh yeah, the boat escape at the end. While
cool.
Dinosaurs eat boats, but not at the end of movies, because we have to run.
It's fine.
One last thing about this, because I just want to see your reaction, Bobby, and then we can move on.
Okay.
But so in the 1990s, over at Universal Islands of Adventure, they ended up doing Halloween Horror Nights, and one thing that they did was like this haunted house thing, but it was a scrapped idea of a movie, I guess, and it was the transfusion of human and dinosaurs. So it was like half dinosaur, half human. And that's what they're hitting at, potentially with of the next movie, because that's basically the next direction that they can really go.
You think that's how they're going to go? They're going to go hybrid with that. That's what the blood that's supposed to cure heart cancer or
it makes sense. It makes sense. You are using dinosaur DNA and putting into a human. They're also doing stuff with cloning stuff. So it makes sense.
Right.
They would go down that road.
Yeah. I mean, it would make sense because there's nothing left to do with dinosaurs anymore, obviously.
Yeah.
Just make me more about it next time. That's my only beef with this one is they put a lot of cool and interesting things in it, but didn't really talk about the cool and interesting things in the movie much. It was more just the other stuff, and that's. I mean, why go to this cool, new, and interesting island and then barely talk about the things on the island or explore the island?
Yeah.
Like we got to explore it through characters that had nothing to do with it, no connection. So getting to actually explore what made that island unique didn't happen. That's what my problem is the exposition was about events and the characters that happened outside of the movie and not really the movie itself.
Yeah.
And that's my problem was there wasn't enough subject matter of the movie in the movie. Superman, actually, I will say I saw that earlier today. It's amazing.
I was going to ask
I am seeing it after the podcast.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet? Okay.
No, I'm yeah.
I spoke
Congratulations. I've been busy. I'm going after the podcast. But
if there's a showing after the podcast, I'm going to go tonight too. Josh said the best Superman movie yet.
Okay.
So, and I was like, really? Out of all of them? He's like, it is a comic book Superman movie.
Yep.
So
David's a big fan of Man of Steel, so
yeah.
I'm a big fan of Man of Steel as well.
Yeah, same.
This one was really good.
Awesome.
Really good.
I for the first time ever for me, I have a little bit of hope and a little bit of I guess hope would be the word I would use for DC right now, because I've never been pleased with anything DC's put out. It's always been like, and I mean for DCEU rather, and I've kind of got some hope for this one, and I think it's living up. It's living up to the hype, and I mean we have a diehard Star Wars fan as Superman.
Yes. David Cornsweat is a huge Star Wars fan.
That's a transition back into Star Wars. That's what we're talking about here. Or we were for a little bit.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know how we got off that tangent.
So, a couple of things before we wrap up. We have a question there. How many people came last year, and what numbers are you expecting this year? Is that something you can answer?
I don't remember the exact number from last year.
I don't either.
There is a there's roundabout numbers. We're looking on the pre-sale side. I'm looking at twice the pre-sales that we had last year.
Yep.
And I mean, it makes sense because we have 3 times the influencers. No, it's looking like it's going to be a lot more crowded than last year, and I know some people are going to want that to eventually kind of round off and not keep getting more crowded, because they want this to be their little home, their little secret home show, for fun times Star Wars weekend, which it will always be. It'll always feel like that home show, because it's me and Bobby, it's Josh, it's our families, it's our wives and girlfriends and moms that are involved in making it happen. So it's always going to have that feeling. It's never going to there's never going to be that corporate take your shoes off and pass it through the metal detector kind of corporate feel. But I think we're going to keep growing. We're going to keep growing with the size and scope of the guests that we're able to invite to bring for everyone. But still keep that identity. So yeah, there's going to be more people this year versus last year. We've been able to invite larger, not necessarily larger in like fame, but larger in risk and guarantee level for us, because we're going to have more people there in order to have the ability to bring in another tier of guests.
There's lots of good questions coming up too.
Oh yeah, I know. I see him starting to come in now.
And that is a great question. And also just to just to answer the second part of your question a little bit further, we are looking, I would say, to where we're capped at what, 10K?
10,000 is the maximum at this facility.
At a time.
Yeah.
Wow.
So last year I think we had around 2,000 people attend, somewhere around there.
Do you think that you'll be hitting that 10K mark potentially this year?
We could be. We could be.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's possible. It's I mean, we really want to grow to that numbers like that at this show. Will we be able to maintain the size of building, of a hotel convention at those numbers consistently? Yeah, it's gonna be. It'll be more crowded. To be able to do numbers like that at a convention center the size that we're at now, and that'll be something that the fans of the show are gonna dictate. Like their word of mouth to their friends and the people that are watching stuff like the Star Wars Stuff podcast and stuff like that, where we're appearing and get to talk about the show. That's gonna they're gonna dictate how long we're gonna be staying in a convention center of this size, because we're not going to make it so that it's uncomfortable for people. It's stuffy. It's not, an ideal scenario for them to be in to spend their weekend with us. So we're always going to make sure it's the best,
not just attendees, but guests and vendors.
I mean everyone. Yeah, no.
Well, yeah, everybody. Yeah. And
growth is not something we're afraid of. Growth is something we are ready to embrace, and we're just going to take it as we need to. And but for the reasonings that me and Bobby just said, it's for comfort. It's for everyone to have the best time they can at a Star Wars event every summer, once a year.
And with that
answer.
comfort, that's why Tucky was saying that we don't really plan on trying to make it too huge of an event. Like we don't really see it ever growing to like a major city type of an event. Because even we go to super huge events and it can be a little overwhelming. So we get how much of the identity in keeping it more comfortable matters to you guys and us as well. So like you said, we just want to grow gradually. And then this other question, let's see, can you explain more in detail how the signings work, such as where to see the pictures that are going to be available to buy? It's my first con ever. Well, first of all, welcome, Sophia. The pictures to buy.
Well, every signer is going to have 8x10 photos of themselves at their own table that are going to be free.
I don't know
with
if we can
with your
preview
purchase autograph. Yeah, we won't have all of them ahead of time. We barely have any of them. I mean, a good idea of the stuff they're going to have is you would see on Everest, our autograph send-in partner. They have every single possibility of what that guest would possibly have, and then some. But basically, what you would do when you come into the event after you've already got your badge from registration and you're inside the event, in the center left of the room, right before the signer room, is an autograph table, and you would come in and you'd wait in line, and you'd either redeem your pre-purchased autographs, or you can just pick out the autographs you want there, at that booth. We came up with it. We actually just started this thing, but this may even be news to Bobby, but we're gonna have like a little checklist sheet that was kind of like how Hasbro did at Celebration this year, where you had like your little golf pencil and you have
that is news to me.
It is news to you. I knew it was gonna be easy. It's something that me and Josh cooked up. You'll have a clipboard and you'll have this list. This is only when there's a line. You can get this done ahead of time. Otherwise, you can just walk right up and talk to the person at the ticket booth and say, hey, I want to get something signed from Katie Sackhoff. I want to get something from Sam Witwer, and I want to get a photo with this person. And they'll give you your total. You pay. You get your tickets, and the tickets are these little guys right here. These are from last year, but it's basically a trading card of the person that you purchased the autograph from, and down at the bottom there's little categories that are be autograph or selfie or combo. And
that's so cool.
Yeah, and our people will put a hole in it and a hole punch in the bottom, and that'll signify what you purchased. And then you wait in the line, for whichever signer you got your tickets for. The handler will take your ticket. They'll break off that bottom section, and then you get to keep the top section. That's yours. That's your souvenir. This they get to keep, so they know how many autographs that were sold this weekend, and you get a souvenir. You also get your signature or your selfie or combo that you purchased, and that's it. That's the whole rinse and repeat as many times as you'd like, with as many as the guests that we brought for you.
And a lot of people had a lot of fun with it last year, some of which had so much fun with that they were buying just the cards after the show was over, because we obviously couldn't sell them, during, because it's like, aha, I got my card, but when the show was over, we were like, okay, we'll sell some of the extra ones we have, but that was because some of the guys and ladies had been circling around throughout the weekend and had asked, hey, can I just get the card for myself?
That's a loaded question, Will.
They liked that
No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
That is a loaded question. Because the cards are, trading card size, and a lot of people love that classic Kenner card back, which of course we will also have 6x9 sized card backs for our guests this year, like we did last year.
I got one of those handy too.
Yes, and they look. Oh, that's
this
a
is
good
Brendan
one
Wayne's from last year. So
that's cool.
So another thing, this is another thing Bobby probably isn't privy to as well. Another thing with the card backs, we will have these for every one of the guests this year as well. Last year, what we did was we took a number of them and got them signed. The card back for each guest signed by every one of the guests last year. We gave a number of sets of those to CAS, who is our on-site authenticator as well as toy grader.
Wow.
And they have they've graded, encapsulated, authenticated a complete sets of all of Rebel Scum Con 1 guests. And me, Bobby, and Josh got a set each for our collection, for our archive. The guys at CAS got a couple sets, and there's 4 sets remaining that are available that we're gonna offer out there.
Gosh. That is
that Bobby didn't know about that.
No, I did know.
You didn't know about that. Okay,
but that is I didn't know we had so many available for.
And it's something we're going to do.
I knew we were
something we're going to do
maybe
again this
1 or
year.
2 last
4
time you
total.
told me about it.
Yeah.
But 4, that's awesome. And
so that
is that include? Were we able to get the last one, or is that just all of them minus?
No, we got the last one. There's one where I don't know which one you're talking about.
I'm talking about Leia.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry.
Did?
You were in the dark for a lot of this stuff because you're worrying about your department. So I've been doing a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. So this will be the only way to get hers from year 1.
Yeah. This only way to get her signature on a Rebel Scum card back would be from these sets, because if people that were there year 1 she wasn't available. She got COVID the weekend of the show, so she wasn't able to come to the show. Sophia's got another question. Can you pre-order signatures or buy it same day? You can pre-order or you can buy same day. Buying on site is going to be a little bit cheaper from what I've seen. The fee structure is a little bit weird, coming from our photo op partner, as well as they charge sales tax, which is something that goes into play for photo ops, but not necessarily on autographs. So I think there's a little bit of a weird thing happening there. So obviously, my suggestion would be buy on site. If you want to dodge a line, you can pre-order. It's going to cost you a little bit more, and I'd rather you wait a little bit longer.
You will save more if you buy on site
and save more money. That is my suggestion.
But either one is applicable. And for those of you who are out of town, through our partner Everest Autographs, that is who our send-in service is with. So for those of you who are out of town who for some reason couldn't make it this year, check out all of our guests through Everest Autographs. And even if you are coming out, you can still facilitate any signatures you need through Everest while you're enjoying your time at Rebel Scum Con. But I would recommend, if you're going to get an autograph at Rebel Scum Con, you have that experience for yourself and go meet that guest in person, because it's gonna be better for the both of you, I think.
Yeah. There you go. And then we got one more thing, and I know we could probably talk about thousands of other things, but
the pins. This is one of the coolest things ever. I love this so much. I mean, you can see they picked a lot of the characters without Bobby, though.
Sorry, me and Josh did a lot of that. But hey,
I'm not seeing any Max Rebo. That's one of my only concerns. But other than that, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, he was kind of a little chunky to fit as a stormtrooper body.
How dare you? He could easily have been a pin.
And he doesn't have legs.
There's a Yaba.
Don't you start with me. You are a guest on this podcast. We're not going down that lane. I'm going to forget that you said that, and we're going to move on.
Are you talking about his arms that are legs, or are you of the
Bobby? No, let's not do this. We already talked about Jurassic World for 20 minutes. We don't need to do this too.
They just came in too.
Nice.
I just got the photo from Josh where they just came in. They're all
nice.
All the bags are packed up. They look so good in person. Well, not in person. This is a photograph of them, but this is a photograph of it, not that image. And they look really cool. I can't wait to get them all.
I wonder. Awesome. I wonder how many mystery bags Josh is gonna buy.
I don't know how many they have. But I don't want him to buy all of them because I want people to be able to complete the set.
I'm just picturing Josh standing at the booth, opening mystery bags until he has this full set.
I'm pointing at this Rebel Stormtrooper.
The one over here?
The X-Wing Trooper. That's a staff one. So basically, you're just come and find any of the people that are going to be in Kelly Green Rebel Scum Con t-shirts.
Rub some antibiotics on them.
Like me or Bob or Josh probably won't have one on. He'll have a V-neck on, and anyone else in those green Rebel Scum Con shirts. The staff members will have that X-Wing pilot Stormtrooper pin, and how you get that is trade any one of the other Trooper World pins to get that staff pin, and that's how you get that one in the pin hunt. All the ones in the top row are going to be in the blind bags. The ones in the blue section are chases in the blind bags, and all the ones in the gray section are going to be at different fan and community tables. So those are going to be
awesome.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I cheated because when you have a pin in the pin trade, you get a full set of the pins. So I'm going to have to go and try to put together a second set because I know my girlfriend's going to want some of them. So I'll still have to try to put together a second set. Are you picking up my helmets? No.
Oh no, yeah. No, because of Brian D said I'm bringing Max Rebo, so I was moving my head so I could show you like my small Max Rebo shrine I got behind me.
There he is.
It's over there.
Yeah.
That way.
No,
is that?
I can't figure out how to point right now. It's
there.
so hard. You always got to refigure it out.
Yes.
Because like I'm not watching. I'm watching.
I mean, Will Craig at his people have a mystery a build a patch that's going on.
The Line Force, yes.
The line with Line Force. There's a 6-piece patch. There's a 3-piece patch I've been seeing getting dropped in on the page. There is Joshua. I don't know if he is shown yet, but I think he has a 5-piece patch as well. There is a lot of really cool swag that's going to be at Rebel Scum Con. I know there's at least one. There's two swag trade meetups, correct, Bobby? This is more your department. This is where you're supposed to know stuff.
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. There's a Saturday night that's at the con before you go to Dave and Buster's.
Yes, that one's from 7 to 9, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's
in the gaming
one
area
at 2
on Saturday or Sunday.
I think the one on 2 is also on Saturday.
Saturday, okay.
I'll double check on that one. Hang on.
Yep. So there's at least 2 big swag trade events, and there's the pin hunt, the patch hunts. There is a lot of really cool swag for Rebel Scum Con merch. I wish I had a physical one to show. I was looking to the right because I'm looking at the year 1 coin.
Yeah.
But we will have a coin for year 2. Is a character that is voiced by one of our guests for the year. Because last year it was a Rebel Scum Con inspired Mandalorian helmet. This year it is an actual character from of one of the guests that are going to be at the show. I don't want to give too much away about it because it is a really cool coin, and I want the coin to have all the all the clout that it would be getting on its reveal, and I just can't wait till we have it in hand. I think that's when we'll reveal it, because I don't want to show it like a piece of art that was like the render of it. Like I want to show the actual coin, and we're still waiting for it to come back from overseas.
Well, we can already knock off that it's not Max Rebo, so there you go.
It's probably not Max Rebo this year.
I know. We got one. Yeah. So there was also this question over here too. And then we can start to wrap things up because
you can when you purchase a signature, it is for one. You can purchase as many signatures as you like, but your autograph ticket is good for one signature or one selfie or one combination of the two.
Correct. Yeah. One purchase equals one opportunity, but you can have as many as you like. So long as the line is low enough and I think it's 10 of the opportunity that you pay for. Keep in mind, just because you purchase an autograph at the ticket booth and you get your card and you don't take advantage of it, you got to still go over and hand your ticket into the person and get your signature.
A Bobby signature and selfie it'll cost you one Roger. You have to just hand him a 3 3/4 inch B1 battle droid.
I thought you were gonna say for a second that I had to give them a Roger.
No. Every VIP gets one. Every VIP gets one of your figures.
No.
Yeah, the hype for this entire con is unreal. I'm just seeing it all over my Instagram and social media accounts of just how many people are hyped up for it, and it's the fact that the Star Wars community is also hyped up for it too. So it's just, Star Wars is about excitement, acceptance, family, and it's just I got a feeling that there's going to be a lot of that at this con, and I'm going to be more excited. will there be any T-shirts? Because I like the one that you are wearing, Kentucky. So I might have to snag.
There are actually some available now, even on
Okay.
rebelscumconventions.com through drop shipping. So if you just go to the convention website, you can actually order a number of different T-shirts available from a few different designs we have available currently. And you'll be able to.
There was a new Andor one that we added on there. It's a I have friends everywhere, but it's crossed out and it says Frisco. I have friends in Frisco.
No,
with
funny.
an Andor logo. Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
We have a couple other shirts we're going to add on there, just so people have the ability to order like drop ship shirts and even get them before. I think this took me, I think it was a week from the day I ordered it to it was in my mailbox. We will have some T-shirts live in person. We're not going to go crazy on them. We're going to keep the numbers limited because we would much rather sell out of that stuff and not have it to store forever. And it'll be the same designs that we're going to offer on the website as well. So we're putting the designs up there as well, so that if we sell out of a particular size, you can still get the shirt. It's not a if you get it here or don't get it at all. Like there's going to be some limited quantities on certain things like coins and things like that, but we don't want to build that kind of fake FOMO of, there's only 10 of these things, and if you don't wait in line for 4 hours, you can't get it. Like that some other shows have. We're kind of we want everyone to be able to have things that they want. I've had that. I've left SDCC without getting that exclusive that I wanted, and it stinks. And I would love to not have that happen at our show. We would love everyone to be able to get everything they want.
Yeah,
and
within reason,
and also be able to represent and wear the swag too, because we know that's another big part of the convention going, and why we want the T-shirts and stuff too. And we get that, and we figured it might as well offer it to you ahead of time, to where you can just have it sent straight to you. You get to pick out your size. You get to pick out the color that the design goes on.
That's the cool thing about ordering it on the website is you can pick 10 different colors for the shirt that you're picking the print on, instead of just that black T-shirt that you get at the show.
George has ordered so many.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has.
He
has so many of the shirts.
That's awesome.
I don't know where I put it. It's here somewhere.
Very, very excited about this con. Is there any closing thoughts that you guys have?
Did we miss anything?
So if you buy autos on the site, we'll have. Hang on, there's one more question at the end. So if you buy autos on site, it will have time. But if you pre-order, you can go at any time to the celebrity. No, you can. If you buy autos on site, you can go anytime as long as the celebrity's there. Just like as if you pre-ordered it.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
Your autograph, you're welcome to walk up to the celebrity so long as they're at their table.
Well, pre-order or buy on site, you still have to go to the ticket booth to get your ticket. Yep. So you just trade your QR code from your pre-order at the ticket booth, and then you get your trading card ticket.
There you go. That's cool.
Yep.
Awesome. Shirts ordered. We'll get them next week. Nice. There you go.
Yeah. I ordered these last week just because I noticed I didn't have this shirt yet, and it's been up there for a couple months. So I ordered one, and it showed up a week later. Now I got to go order the Andor shirt so I have it in time for the show, because I want that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot too.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, from myself and David, thank you so much for coming on, Kentucky and Bobby. We loved having you guys on, and we talked about Jurassic World for like 15 minutes.
Sorry.
Yeah. Wow.
It seemed way longer than 15 minutes.
I wish it was my first rant about Jurassic World today, but I'm ashamed to say it wasn't.
Jesus, you brought up Jurassic again. Damn it. Now Bobby's going to go off again.
I had Jurassic World PTSD.
Well, I mean, it is Star Wars related. I mean, Gareth Edwards, Rupert Friend.
Yeah.
And it won't be your last. Yeah.
Parts of that movie were great. I think
Bobby,
it's a very
we don't have time. We don't have time.
Change the dialogue.
He's got a Superman movie to go to. Shush.
Oh,
Yes.
it's so good. Oh, it's so good. Go see it. Go see Superman.
Oh
Don't
my
see
goodness.
World. See Superman instead.
Shut.
Yeah.
Stop
So
it.
much better.
All right. From all of us
Don't worry
here.
about Gareth Edwards ever coming to Rebel Scum Con anymore.
I like Gareth Edwards, but
Shh.
oh,
Stop it. Stop it. We're signing
All
off.
right. We love you all. Thank you so much for coming on, and we will see you soon, and we'll see you at Rebel Scum Con. May the
It was-
force be with you.
you're right.
Always.
Always.